Hey, how's it going? It's Grant with the Garden of Eater. All right, how's it going, everybody? First stream of the year. Hopefully, everything's working all right now. Of course, I had to get comfortable and bump the mic. But how's it going, everyone? It's Grant with the Garden of Eater, and of course, my lovely co-host
Shelby.
Goals for the year. Goal number 1: less technical issues caused by myself.
Well, that was already broken. So.
All right. Well, how's it going, everybody? It is 2023, and of course, to start it off, we've got a battle with duckweed. This is going to be a pretty much like let's keep up with chat while we go through the night type stream. So ask all your questions before we dive right in and start saying hello to everybody. Let's hit it off with the very first goal of the year, and that's to eradicate all the duckweed in the house. If you didn't see the thumbnail, yes, Shelby is also fed up with it herself. She figured out how hard it was just to get out of her hair after that big sacrifice she made for the thumbnail. It was her idea, by the way. I did not make her do that. That was all up to her.
I wrote it in there.
So I don't know. We started off last year with 0 duckweed in the house. And then slowly, one by one of Shelby's fish tanks, some of them had some duckweed. Some of my fish also brought in some duckweed. We started getting some plants from nurseries. Those plants also had some duckweed. And we kind of just let it go, do its thing. I know it's really good for nitrates and nitrates and, keeping the hair algae and stuff down. So we kind of let it go. Some of the fish were really happy with it and whatnot. So, but I think we're fed up with it. It's making water changes harder because every time you do a tank with duckweed in it, you've got to go wash the hose so the next tank doesn't get duckweed. Sometimes the dog, its tail swipes the top of a tank while you're doing water changes. Now, God knows how many tanks end up with duckweed after that. So it's just a bit of a problem. Some of the planted ponds outside, it's not going to be that big of an issue to get rid of the duckweed. We could just flood the tanks, or the ponds anyways, and the duckweed will just run off the top. I do have some red root floaters and some frog bit that is the red tiger stripe one. So I'll probably try and save as much of that as I can and just do like a rinse and several other tubs to get it cleaned out. But all the tanks inside first have to go, and then I think we'll work on all the ponds outside. So it's a task. It involves a lot of rinsing and cleaning of tools, careful water changes, and a lot of scoops with the net. It sucks to do it in shrimp tanks because you get baby shrimps caught up in it and stuff like that. So, all right, off. Back to you, Shelby.
I said welcome to a lot of you before we even started. DeFreeze Rob, welcome, said that they just placed an order because it's actually having good temperatures now. So that's great to hear. Thank you for your support. And Eric coming in with a $20 super chat. Thank you so much. Says, we love Grant and Shelby. Thank you so much, Eric. And here is your video.
Thank you so much, Eric. I knew I wasn't going to get a word in before that. So much appreciated. Starting the night off nicely. Starting the year off right. Thank you so much, Eric. It is much appreciated. And we'll start it off with the very second goal of the night. It is 500 tanks by the end of the year. I know 400 tanks was our goal for last year. We were unable to make it by a whole 12 tanks, sadly. Um, I got the grade. It wasn't good. I'll try and do better next year. But we have plans to take care of a couple things. Shelby has even came up with this on her own. Moved the bed so that way we can fit a whole nother rack in the bedroom. So the bed's basically going to go in the middle of the bedroom now. The TV is going to go mounted on the wall between our closet and the bathroom. So not only are we going to add a whole nother rack, but it's going to add a whole nother row where I don't have to worry about flooding or, soaking the TV with water. Also, there's half a row that I'll get back from the TV itself. So there's a good possibility of like 100 tanks in our bedroom now, especially if we redo the rack. So I don't know if I'll get that far this year, but before we get there, we still have to redo the rack right here by the front door. We still have to add a rack right here to finish off the little living room ordeal that we have. It'll block some cords and also stop the monster from getting through. And then we also have Jaden's room that I'll bring up now as well, because that is one of the goals, is to finish up his room. His room already has a rack for 36 10-gallon tanks already built. The air loop system's already done. We're just going to paint both the air loop system and the rack.
Replace the fittings too.
Replace some of the fittings. But yeah, we're going to go through and remodel his room, make it like an armory for all of his Nerf guns. The kid has probably around 100 Nerf guns now, and they've got to go somewhere besides the floor. So I'm done walking over them or trying to get water changes done with them all piled up in the corner. So yeah, it's a lot of fun, but it's going to be a project, and 500 tanks is doable. It's an ambitious goal for some. For us, I think it's just kind of maxing out on what we're able to do in this house. Back to you, Shelby.
Welcome. And Jamie says, thumbnail looks like you're having fun. It was until we had to get it out. Grant had to use
No,
the
it was
hose
still fun
and
when we had to get it out, just not for both of us.
It was really cold. But it was fun. Welcome in Dennis and Richard Reynolds. And then we got Chris Aquazone, Lonnie. Welcome. Already said hi to some of you. Scrolling. Hopefully I don't miss anything. I can barely read now. It's getting worse.
What's up, Crypt Keeper? How's it going, man? You'll still be on at your normal time tonight.
Welcome in MTS and Larry D. Spaghetti Nona.
I'm sorry, Skipper.
Yeah, that sounds
Dr.
terrible.
Anthony, it was
Hello,
all my
Rob Bloomfield, Sage Lindsay, TJ Autocross, Benjamin Peters, Metalhead Aquatic, Skull Aquatics, J-Dub, hello. My eyes are so bad. I believe, yes, Vibes was there. I already said hello.
Hello, Vibes. I got your mug. I'll have to. I'm going to spill this on the laptop.
Don't you dare.
It's got.
You're making me nervous.
And then the.
Speaking of Vibes. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Vibes Aquatic said, Happy New Year. Great hanging out again. Love y'all. And what you doing for the community, keep doing what you're doing. I'm going to have to get glasses. This is terrible.
No,
Thank you so much.
You're getting it done Friday. Whether you like it or not, I'm going to the doctor Friday. You're going to the doctor Friday. I'm 10:30. Schedule yours like 12:30, 1 o'clock. That's what we're doing Friday. We're going to the doctors.
Here's your video.
But much appreciated. Thank you, Vibes. Sorry we got sidetracked right there, but yes, that is a goal for this week as well as this year. Keep Shelby with her contacts in contact.
Yeah.
Oh, and we got a new member.
Far back already. We're already so far behind.
It's fine. It's one of those nights. I'm just gonna wait for you.
Thank you so much. I think that is a re-up on your YouTube membership. Thank you.
Much appreciated, man.
We don't get the new videos anymore because YouTube flagged them because through Kavana can't use the pro sound. So I had to miserably overwrite the last live stream. So until the new ones, and guess who deleted the old ones?
You deleted the old ones, eh? Right, Chess.
I'm so sorry.
Well, instead of a video, Mason, he was kind enough to check up on us to make sure all the ponds and everything was all well taken care of. And I hope everything is still doing all right. Last I checked, everything was fine on your side as well. So a lot of fun in Florida, even with that weather last week.
Right. Thank you so much, Mason.
Much appreciated.
And thank you so much to James Holbrook for the $9.99 super chat. Said, hello, guys. I've been lurking for quite some time. Love my Bloody Marys, Jades, Blue Velvets, Cherries, Yellows, and Blue Jellies. Also love your channel.
Well, thank you for watching. Thank you for your donations. Much appreciated. And you got something for this at least.
Yeah, at least this stuff.
The light is horrible. I think we're going to take these super chats
and
go get a light this week. I'm going to write that down on the order side of things so that way it gets done with Shelby.
That is good idea. Good idea. We are falling behind, so sorry. Welcome in, Big Cat and Mountain Greenery. Dee Dee, welcome in. D Street MP4, welcome. So I'm trying to breed Caridina shrimp, starting my first setup, but really don't have access to RO water. Any advice?
So you'd be surprised. Some pet stores, especially if they carry saltwater, they will have RO water available. You could get distilled water, but if you're trying to breed Caridina shrimp, you should invest in an RO unit. You would be best off looking around on eBay and getting a TDS meter first. Test your water. Say your tap water is around, 90, 95 TDS. Chances are you're going to be able to get away with a pretty cheap unit. If you're testing over 300, 400, 500, you might have to spend like $100, $150 investment, like on a 5-stage to get your water down. But generally speaking, it takes about 90 to 95% of the minerals out. You just want to make sure your numbers are lower than 8 on your total dissolved solids, and you have 0 KH in the water. That is the most important thing. So getting those test kits is also needed no matter where you get your water from at first. Otherwise, the initial investment for Caridina, it's just not that much investment back as if you watched. Oh my God, I'm butchering this. If you watched our live stream on breeding Caridina for profit or breeding shrimp for profit, I talk about it, and it's like $120 investment for Neocaridina for a setup and like $280. That's with RO unit, minerals, and everything to get started for breeding your first Caridina tank if you buy everything on the cheaper end.
Welcome in, Bunny. And yes, we did not send any duckweed with your package. Don't worry. Most of our, there's no shrimp tanks that actually have it. It's some of our fish tanks that have it. And the ones we've actually shipped out don't have it. And that one's pretty crystal clear there. That's crazy.
No, it's got the duckweed all in the back.
Oh.
Yeah, it's all behind the spray bar. But if you put a spray bar on the top, it's going to take care of it quickly. But
they don't like that movement.
We pulled out a lot, yeah.
Welcome in, Craig and Kelly Foreman. Larry D said, duckweed won't live in my water tanks. So awesome. Yeah, that's lucky. They love to thrive in a lot of our water. It's nice and good for them
some
outside.
Tanks that won't grow. Some floaters won't grow. I threw red root floaters in 5 bins right next to one another, and they only grew in 2 out of the 5. No different care or anything like that. Maybe just slightly different placement underneath the shade sail, but besides that, yeah, the water parameters are all the same.
Welcome in, Skull, Renee, Laura with LJ Shrimp and Snails. Yeah, all our fish eats it. Yeah, the koi. I throw it into the if I gotta get it. Yeah, if I gotta get it out of a pond with shrimp, I just chuck it into the pool. So if I do end up throwing a shrimp in there, it goes in somewhere and usually survives, and then they get a little snack.
You'd be surprised how many shrimp are actually in our pool still with all the koi fish. When the hurricane came through, we had to throw all of the patio furniture in the pool so it didn't blow away or blow into a window or something like that. So we had to take them out, and when I took them out, there was shrimp in all of the slots on the chair. So there was way more than I expected to be just on the chair alone.
Welcome in Glassbox and Noel. And Jamie said, unless you burn the house down, you'll never get rid of it. So we actually had it quite and newer into the hobby. We had some, and then I just got really, really upset one day and took care of it all. It just takes time. It's very time consuming. It's not hard. It's just annoying.
We've gotten rid of it before out of several different tanks. Last year, at the beginning of the year, there was no duckweed in the house. Maybe a couple of ponds outside might have had that, and some salvinia or something like that. But it was not an issue until someone started bringing fish into the house.
Hey. There was your plants too.
Yeah, but
that was
plants,
the main
I was kind of like, oh, we might as well.
Source.
We already got it in the house. We might as well just go for it now, you know?
And what's funny is I actually was like, I don't really care about it. And then now it's overtaking and it's hard to feed the fish and really get pissed off.
After going, we had 4 or 5 years of no duckweed in the house. It was very nice.
Yeah.
And then we're like, oh, there's a little algae here. Just toss some duckweed in that. That'll solve that issue, right? It's not that easy. You can't solve one problem with another problem and expect it to
annoying.
Be painless.
Right. Welcome in, Jeff Kane. That's so funny.
All right. Now.
Yeah, they eat the food in the duckweed, so they're always up at the top.
On to the next goal for the year. I would like to revamp the greenhouse in the next 2 months. It is going to be nice weather here in Florida. Some days it'll be way too cold. I'll do water changes in the house, but on days like today, where Shelby was like, the shrimp were out in full force for us to catch orders, and it was no problem. And were your hands getting cold out there at all?
No,
it was.
No, it warmed up pretty good. I think the ponds were probably about 60, 70 already.
And on the coldest day, I went through and videotaped the ponds, and there was 0 shrimp in some of those ponds. But we know better. We learned they're all up in the moss. They're hiding and doing their thing. But today they were out and about. Even the turtles were acting like their friendly, normal selves.
When we were washing my hair, the turtle in the pool was just watching me. Just so funny. Welcome in Black Powder Aquatics and Lillian Sons. I'm going to skip the first part of that. Yes, I use a comb like a rake to remove the duckweed. I've seen a lot of people recommend that, and I was like, that's a great idea. You got to go get a comb, though. I have really curly hair. I don't use combs.
I'm just a fan of the shrimp net, and then I just go outside and I just tap it all into the pool. I just make sure that I feed some of the shrimp tanks first and make some more of the shrimp go down to the bottom, and then kind of tap the tanks, the duckweed just a little bit before I take the net through.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it mainly just shrimp in the bedroom at least. Can't take we have one fish tank and they stare. Yeah, but they're at the bottom. Fish stare. They're. I can't take it. So the discus aren't staring at us for the first time. Wait till an hour into the stream and then they will.
All
Larry D said, just build a pole barn. Wait, why?
We've got no room for that. However, we might be talking about something in the future.
Welcome in, Toski.
All right. Continue. On to the next one. I would like to revamp the greenhouse. Since I was saying there was, better months for us to be working outside and taking care of that. There's several barrels in there that we can rearrange and fit more IBC totes in there. And it is a lot nicer to catch shrimp out of those open IBC totes. So we can kind of make those the main farm and catch. And even the other ones that are harder to catch out of, we could just go through there with the nets, take out a whole, a couple scoops, and then stock up the other tanks for selecting, grading, and selling.
Welcome in Scotty the Fish Rig and Crown Tail Half Moon and Long Family Shoal.
But also we have the 500-gallon turtle tub in there. I was worried about them this past year with like raccoons and cats and birds and stuff like that, maybe getting a hold of them. However, they're quite massive. Like some of them are as big as our male that we have in the pool. So if he's fine, we do have the dogs running around out back, taking care of any large birds or anything like that. So I think I'm going to move that 500-gallon tote out, and I think we'll fit an extra 4 IBC totes in the greenhouse. It'll make it a lot cleaner. I don't think we'll do very many barrels in there, but the barrels do make nice cull tanks, so I'll probably keep a few.
Welcome in Big Shrimpin', Nathan, Scotty Aquati, Bunnyville. Continue.
All right. Next one on the list.
Thank you, Vibes, for the $1.99 super chat. Says for new lights. Thank you.
Much appreciated, man. Next on the list, we've been doing a lot of collecting this year. One of the last 2, I think, collecting events that we did, either with Dr. Anthony, Alex, or Josh, I wanted to make it a goal every month that I was going to learn a new species of wild native fish. So last month, warmouth, the sheep's head minnow. I could go on and on about different fish that we caught that I had never seen before or caught myself. And I'm going to continue that throughout this year and make it a goal. So by the end of the year, I'll have 12 brand new species of native fish that I will know and be familiar with. So I think I'd also like to do that with native plants as well.
MTS said you need a curtain on the tanks where the lights are. That's actually a funny idea. We could do a curtain rod, and then they make kitchen curtains that are like a foot big. That would probably be perfect just for the live streams. So we could pull it and make sure that no one gets blinded by the lights.
I think we might do what Mark's shrimp tanks did and take some double polycarbonated panels. We have a lot of spare. And put them together, spray paint them black, and then he puts Velcro, and you could just Velcro them to the 2x4s.
I like this one. Welcome in Chris Biggs. Says, be prepared to cross off hanging with a Canadian off your 2023 bucket list.
Well,
I love it.
We are very excited. Your post was made today of the announcement for your talk. The second Saturday of January, I believe it's January 12th. Don't quote me on that. Check your calendars. But it is at 12 o'clock at the Aquatic Club of Pasco County. I once said that the Biggs was my favorite speaker, but we just had Dr. Anthony last month. So, Chris, you're going to have to bring your A game and refresh my memory on that one.
It's this month, January?
Second
Saturday?
The
14th.
The 14th. Darn.
You tried.
I tried. It was the 2nd for February. Or the 12th for February.
Yeah. Excited to see you, Chris. Nathan said, above our in-ground pool, it is an in-ground pool.
And for those that would like to know, the ponds dropped. The pool went down to 47 degrees. And the lowest temperature I had in some of the barrels was 27 degrees, and we had ice on top. If you'd like to see some of the cool ice videos, check the TikTok out, The Garden of Eden.
Welcome in Nirvana Aquatics and Jimmy P. Continue.
All right. Next on the list, breed more koi fish. Last year, we had a whopping 2 koi fish survive the whole spawning. Took the mop, threw it in, covered the mop in thousands of eggs. Took the mop, threw it in the hot tub that overflows into the pool. Well, the next morning when I came out there, the pond mop had even more thousands of snails eating the eggs. So I was able to save a couple of the fry, and a whole whopping 2 of those made it. So yeah, it was just not a good year for breeding koi for us. I would like to change that this year, and we have eradicated most of the snails out of the top pond. But I think I'm going to move them into maybe one of the IBC totes on the house and get that cycling for next month.
Welcome in, Mythical Forester. And Mark Millestein said, TGOE trendsetters measure any house by how many tanks can fit. Best of luck for 523. I think we'll easily fit 500, honestly.
500 and 1,100 square foot.
I actually have a really bad problem now, thanks to all of this, that I go to other people's houses and they're always like, where can I fit a tank? And I'm like, man, you've got so much room.
Everywhere.
You have no idea. I'm like, well, you could build a rack here. This wouldn't be that inconvenient. Like, I could find a spot. Trust me, I could figure it out. Hello, Adam said, hi, paintball friends. Happy New Year. Thanks for watching. And now all I want to do is play paintball.
I really badly wanted to get out there and play this weekend, but my back is jarred. I'm feeling it. I just can't start the year off. Last year was a broken ankle. This year, bad back. Let's go. J-Dubs Aquatic says, where do you recommend buying substrate for Caridina tanks? Seems all of the top brands are impossible to find and stock. Any suggestions? Amazon has Brightwell and I think a Landon soil. It also has the Akadama, which is the bonsai substrate. Those 3 are good options. I think Continuum.com. I'm not sure if you go to the Brightwell Aquatics freshwater page or Brightwell Aquatics fan page. I'm not sure. There's a Continuum. Just message me on Facebook if you're trying to find the link. But Brightwell does have a retail website now that they can sell their substrate directly through. I don't know how much shipping costs would be, but the bags didn't seem like that much. Eric said something about my beard. I know. You're just gonna. Yes, I'm gonna skip it because I don't get what he's trying to say, and it just sounds so wrong. Welcome in, Daniel. It's cold. I'm sorry, I was trying to skip it. I'm trying to keep the beard to keep me warm, and then as soon as it warms up, I'll shave it off, and I'll look like a whole different person. Yep. So he'll lose like 20 years. He'll be real young. No, why would you rob the bank the day before, shave it off? Nobody will believe it was me. You look a little Amish. I enjoy the beard. Layla enjoys the beard. We absolutely hate when he shaves it. I don't know if Josh is watching tonight, but I usually have like no mustache because Shelby doesn't like getting stabbed when I give her kisses. Right. I don't know what it is with his mustache. It's like sand spurs right in your face. So I usually shave the mustache off, and he calls me the little Amish guy. Welcome in, Joe Coffee. All right. Next on the list, trim the beard. No. Breed more guppy strains. This year we have a whole whopping 2 guppy strains breeding. The blue split tail. I can't find good quality. That's the reason. Double sword. Japanese guppies. Then we have the purple metallic guppies from Frank Chang. No, you're wrong. No, what are they? They're metalhead snakeskin. Metalhead snakeskin guppies. I'm sorry. They're not purple. They're black and silver. They're really cool. I was trying to get you purple. I want somewhere. Purple. J. Oliver. J. Oliver has some good purples. So we have 2 going this year. Last year. By the end of this year, I would like to have 10 strains that we got going. We've got 9 tanks on each side. There's plenty of room for guppies in there. MTS says, I have a barn and 2.6 acres. You can build a house and we'll breed shrimp. Look, built-in buddy. Yeah, but where's that at? I know. It's Lucas has also warm. Offered. He has a huge, he's like. It's not warm.
Lucas is like,
can't
I got a
take
big
the cold.
property.
I don't want to do it. I know, like, just wait a couple of years, everything will be warm, right? Global warming.
I think it's like doing the opposite. It's getting colder and colder. Welcome in, PA Fish Preacher. And only Oscars. Hello.
All right. Next one on the list. This is one from last year. Saltwater. I would like to set up not just one, but multiple saltwater tanks in the garage. The whole salt drip leak thing where it just builds up in the back of the tank. It also smells. Our house, Yanat's vibes. He's like, oh, I just now got a little fishy smell. Well, I was in the middle of water changes. I couldn't get them finished before the guy came over. I tried. I failed. But, you know, what can you do? Some lids were off. Some tanks were half filled. That's going to happen. However, if you do good water changes, got lids on the tanks, and everything's taken care of, there's usually no fish smell in the house. I'd like to keep it that way. So for that, we're going to put the salt water in the garage.
Chris says, no, I think he means curtains in the tanks so the fish don't get emotionally damaged. See, shrimp aren't bothered by us. They just don't care unless we feed them food. Like, they don't sit in the front like everything else does. Those
Very
fish.
rare. If you have a shrimp in the front, you better be taking pictures of it.
Mark says, Velcro tape and small flaps working well for me to black the light when needed and have something removable.
Yeah, I don't want to do it in the whole house because we use the tank lights as like ambient light for the whole house. So like the live stream area will probably be all right. Then we could do it.
Welcome in. R&R said you could try lighting the area behind you. That might actually help. Like right above. So it wouldn't be as bright.
I mean, it's pretty lit behind us.
No.
Yeah.
That's in front of us. Welcome in, Jake.
All right. Next on the list, the yellow Upa Ula. We've got maybe 5+ yellow Upa Ula in the Upa Ula tank. I would like to...
Way more than that.
Way more than that. All right. Well, someone was catching Upa Ula today. Somebody was not. I think you can tell who. All right. We have like a little rarity, little mutation going on. I'd like to select a breed and get a line of yellows going. I think that's quite doable by the end of the year. If it's a recessive gene, I think it's going to be all right. So we'll find that one out.
Only Oscar says, what shrimp should I keep in 2023? Finish the Neo set, start the Caridina. So if you're asking for the recommendation on Caridina, I would say Tangerine Tiger should be your first one.
If you want something more of a challenge and you're going to start doing the RO water and everything like that, Michelin's, Tybes, Tang Tai, start with one of those 3.
I thought you were going to say something else.
What did you think
Kelly.
I was going to say? Don't just do that and then not say it. What do
Kelly
you think?
said, looking
what do you
good.
think I was going to say?
Says, looking good in your Scuba Squad shirt, Shelby. Thank you. Hold on, I got to take down the...
What did you think I was going to say?
It's nice, isn't it? It's really comfy.
I'll walk away.
I wasn't listening to you, honestly.
What did you think I was going to say?
I just thought you were going to say more.
More?
Yeah, it just
Give
seemed
me an
really short.
example of more. To let me down.
It would be awesome for us to have more koi this year.
Yeah, we have...
The 2 were good, but that...
We've got like
more.
33 some odd koi from Bill Shield, so probably up to 35 now. Some of them we did breed ourselves already the year beforehand. Before that, year of 2. And then we got like another 20 from Rusty Wessel House at the Triple Crown tour in auction.
Laura said, my dark blue Neos had a ton of babies, and this time I got a bunch of solid brown ones. Not reddish. Should I start a brown tank?
Huh. Did you mix any of your Neos, your dark
So
blues?
weird.
Like, yeah, it's so weird to get brown out of them. But you could if you like brown, but brown is not a very popular. I don't get too many people asking for brown or chocolate shrimp.
Scotty said Keystone Clash registration is open. Vendor registration is open. Sponsorships are open. How many vendor spaces will TGOE have this year? 4?
How much ice cream will be in the hospitality room, Scotty? I run off ice cream, so there's no way I'm going to have 4 tables if there's no ice cream in the hospitality room. Absolutely not.
Crantel said Grant 2 is better than 0. You have to fail until you get success. I've lost so many eggs. Fry it until successful, and you don't give up learning. Did you say why we failed this year? What we did?
The pond snails. This is how much you don't listen to me.
Yep.
She walked out of the greenhouse today and said something, and I was like, that's exactly what I said on the live stream. We're on the same page.
Welcome in, new local Austin.
All right, can you run things for just a second?
I guess.
All right, I'll do that.
I probably can't.
You can talk about one of them.
No, I can't.
No.
No.
Okay.
You're. Oh, Repticon. I guess I could talk about Repticon. That's cool. So one of our goals is to be have a booth at Repticons. I do isopods too. That's one of my personal goals is to do my isopods a little bit better than I have been. Sometimes I get excited than most people and want to do something, and then I kind of lose the will to do things when I overwork myself a little too much. But now, because I am stepped back a little bit, I think I'll be able to have some energy to do so. Breed my leopard geckos and things like that. I have some pretty cool leopard geckos. And Repticon's pretty close to home, and we enjoy all those people. And I think we'll have a pretty good show if we do Repticons. No one else is going to be selling shrimp and plants, and most people that do reptiles also have fish tanks. It's pretty common.
Oh, I'm gonna ruin the
break
stream again.
Everything.
Here we go.
You're not doing well. This is why I don't set goals.
Did you talk about the turtles and the axolotls?
We have turtles?
No,
just kidding.
We don't have turtles.
We'll always get more turtles.
No, but it's a good sale for people that are trying to keep, something aquatic and want a little ecosystem. Turtles and axolotls are all over Repticon, so it's a good little add-on.
We missed Eduardo donated 5 memberships.
How did you miss that, Shelby?
This is all your fault.
I asked you to man down the ship.
It's probably on your phone. They all message you, and then they're like, "Why aren't you guys responding?" Grant, don't look at messages. All right, thank you, Eduardo. You have them.
Eduardo gifted 5 memberships. We've got.
It was Frank, Skipper, Geek Boy, and Mississippi Hippie. Thank you, and all welcome to the team. I don't have a video to play now. Right. Oh, wait, is that the old one? No, that's a new one. I'm so sorry. This is so depressing. Thank you so much, Eduardo. What did I say?
Depressing. It's disappointing.
Okay, disappointing. It's depressing, too.
No, it's fine.
Thank you so much, Eduardo.
So those of you who just got membership, email us at thegardenofeater@gmail.com. Shelby just sent out like 4 or 5 membership cards today. So if you message me on Facebook, we got that out for you.
And then just Crypt Keeper telling us, thank you so much for the $1.99 to explain that. It froze. Thank you.
All right. So email us. We'll get you guys your membership sticker. It also comes with a 10% off code to our website, tgoeshrimp.com. But we also won a few things that I think we should talk about.
Oh, okay. Welcome in, John Doe. Sorry.
Leave the Crypt Keeper's thing up.
Where's the other thing?
It's on my head.
So Fisher Christmas, we won one of the giveaways, and it was to this Aquarium Society, Bucks County Aquarium Society. Got the nice fancy hat, and then a cool mug. And then we got 2 kids t-shirts and a t-shirt for me. I already wore it, so couldn't wear it tonight. And we'll get a picture of that for the Fish Fam Christmas as well. They are awesome. And I got a pin and a little towel.
And then I won a logo by Atomic Ink Injections, and I want to use it so that way we can create something really cool for this year's members. So all of the members who already got last year's membership stickers and all the future members, you will get both of the membership stickers and everyone to come from there on out. So thank you guys so much for your support, and don't forget that you use that code. But also, every so often we get a new product on the website, and I thought this one was worth mentioning. We've got the Mineral Junkie now available on the website, as well as several other of the glass garland. What are
Garden.
these? Glass garden products, the salty shrimps and the dinner pads. But this one, the supper pads, what is it? Shelby, help me. You added everything onto the website.
Not that. Now I don't know.
Oh, see? Don't look at me funny. All right.
Well, it's definitely
on
not
the
that.
website. I'll talk about that next week. But
Oh.
Shelby, you gotta hold it.
No,
You gotta hold it.
not right now.
All right. Well, I don't know why she's being like that. But
You just put it in your hand.
no,
No.
you gotta hold it.
Okay.
There you
Got
go.
it,
It's
got
in a
it.
container.
It's got a garlic smell to it. I just don't want it on my hands right now. It smells really good. Not bad. It's like a celery and a garlic, and it smells really good. I just don't want it on my hands. But it's nice. I don't know if you've ever seen the mineral balls. It's kind of like that, and it's like real soft. And the shrimp went nuts for it the other night when Vibes was here.
So it's their replacement to the mineral balls, and I really like it because most of the shrimp completely devoured it and ate the entire thing. Where the mineral balls, I don't think they actually produce any minerals after like the first, like few days. It all gets absorbed into the water, and then I just think they're absorbing some natural bacteria, biofilms, and something like that. But for the most part, these break down. It goes directly into the shrimp's digestive system, and even if they don't eat it, it's not polluting the water. It's also very easy to break up. So if you don't have a lot of shrimp in your tank, you can break it in half. Super easy. We do have the 100-gram jars for ourselves. So this is twice the size of the jar that we are selling on the website. It's kind of just like a tester. If more people like the product and want us to bring in larger, the 100 grams to sell on the website, we'll do that on the next order. So really looking for your guys' feedback, especially Crypt Keepers. Maybe he'll put it up against a different type of food for one of his shorts.
Welcome in Snoop and Surf City Cichlids. I had it lined up and then forgot all the way. And welcome in Robert from Ray Aquatics.
How's it going, Robert? All right. Now, if you follow us on Facebook, or Instagram, you saw our orange-eyed yellow tiger that we posted for New Year's. It is one of my favorite projects that we are currently working on. We made that from scratch. It is a orange-eyed yellow King Kong cross with orange-eyed black tigers. A few generations. Nothing like that popped out for the first 3 generations. So it's 4 generations of work. We do have a solid 12 of them to work with, and a couple of females. One buried female the one female that was in the picture was buried a few days before I got the breeder box. Man, second week in a row, I wanted to bring the breeder box and talk about it, but don't know. It's not a big deal. Harley will be working on those next week. I gave him the final little tweaks and adjustments that I would like to be made on them. I think he'll probably send me one more prototype before we start selling them on the website. So
He is just southeast of St. Louis, Missouri.
cold.
That is
Sorry, Mike.
extremely cold. Extremely cold.
But I would like to get the orange-eyed yellow King Kongs breeding more stable. They do, or the orange-eyed yellow tigers. They do throw a few orange-eyed yellow King Kongs still, so just a little bit more tweaking. After another gen or two, they should be breeding cool. It'd be awesome too if I can get more tiger stripes and more patterns going down them too. Back to you, Shelby.
Crowntail said, how did you manage with recent fish room flooding by Grant? Which room?
There's been a couple floods, but they're probably talking about the big flood that I had done with the water hose. That was
that was our entire living room. I still have yet to get my plants for that. He owes me quite a bit of plants, but I'm being nice.
I'm going to build
We're getting a rack.
Little rack.
Yeah.
You can buy
that's on the list for goals, is making sure my beautiful plant rack gets built. No budget. This is a deal.
You're not getting the $2,000 rare. No, you ain't doing that. Within a budget, you know?
He acts like I asked for anything expensive. I am like the cheapest person you'll ever meet. I extremely hate spending money.
Except when it comes to food. You'll spend money on food.
I mean, I'm going to spend money on food that's not going to make me sick. So I'm sorry if I want to spend $20 on tacos and not $5 on tacos.
Exactly.
That's a big difference, though. That's being smart, not stupid. That's spending money wisely, not spending money that's going to make me sick to not make money.
All right. Next shrimp on the list is the orange-eyed ghost bees. Now, this is not something I've accomplished yet, but I'm like 100. All right, hold on. I can't be 100, but I'm like 99.9% positive that I'm one generation away, and we have these tanks right here behind us. So I just need to put one generation in there, wait for those to breed, and I think the end result will be 25% of those will come out with orange eyes, and 50% of those will be ghost bees. So very, very small percentage of the overall clutch, but I'm thinking I can take those and breed them out, and they will be 100% breeding true like the other ghost bees do.
Nathan says, so I have a Florida rock in my cichlid tank, and half is covered with brown algae and the other half is covered with green. Will the green take over, or will the brown algae take over?
I have no idea, but keep us posted.
Depends on which one is which.
I'd like to see
and brown's
a video.
Usually dying. Green is usually...
No, they're two different types of algae. So
I mean, that's why I said it depends on what type of algae it is. If it's all one algae and one side's brown and one's green.
Brown algae doesn't mean it's usually dying. So there's two different kinds of algae. I think it would be really cool to see a time lapse of the two algae battling.
Well, welcome in, Guppy Beast.
All right.
Yeah, Crowntail, we have several of those little flood detectors that Grant has yet to use. I'm not the one filling up tanks, and I'm not the one flooding things.
Wi-Fi, and I'm too old for that. Can't figure it out.
Are all tiger shrimp as hardy as tangerine tigers?
No, tangerines are by far the hardiest. Right behind them would be the cheetahs, the raccoons, and then probably the super tigers. All right. Then we have the commercial fishing license. That is something I'd like to get handled, so that way when we go out and do these little collecting trips, Shelby does her scape. I can go out there in waders and catch us some elasoma and other Achilles and mollies and throw them up on the website. Since Alex has done his tour, he has done several different mentions of me possibly having native fish available. So Even before he mentioned it, it was something I wanted to get done. All we need left is the commercial fishing license. I think we just need to sign up for that, but I haven't had a time to go collecting. So before we go collecting next, we will be getting that done.
Thank you so much, Mark Milstein for the $4.99 super chat. Said reptile shows. Hope it goes great, and maybe y'all see y'all there. Warm wishes for a wonderful 2023. Thank you so much. Yep, it was supposed to be last year that we were supposed to do it, and we never got to it, and we just had too many shows booked. I keep clicking too many buttons here. So thank you so much, and hopefully we get it going this year.
And thank you so much, Crypt Keeper and Jamie, for messaging me about Eduardo sending those gifts. Much appreciated. So, next one on the list is single moss per tank. I know it's not possible with some of the tanks that have the driftwood. I'd have to take the driftwood out, and I can't do that without removing the rack, tearing it down. So that's not going to happen. There will be boost moss, mini pelly, Saltwater tang, and Christmas moss all in those tanks that have the wood already in them. However, any tank that I possibly can keep and single out, I would like one type of moss per tank, and I think that's a goal we can accomplish this year. If possible, I would like to also eradicate all of the moss that we don't know the ID of, or send it to somebody that can get an identification for it.
Welcome in, Matt. And Scotty said, instead of ice cream in the hospitality room that doesn't have a freezer, how about an ice cream date with Crypt Keeper, Shelby, Grant, and I?
So that means we gotta leave the venue. I need.
You got it.
I thought there was a freezer there last time with hot
Big
dogs.
Shrimpin', welcome in.
All right, and there's always dry ice, Scotty.
What?
Dry ice in a cooler for the ice cream.
It just won't taste very well, though.
I don't know why it wouldn't taste good. It's in a container or in packages. I could do with ice cream sandwiches. I'm not a complicated guy here.
You are pretty complicated.
I'm not. All right. You got anything else, Shelby?
I'm trying to read, okay?
No, you're not. There's a lot of silence here.
That's your fault.
Oh, you're reading.
Talking.
You're going through. I thought you meant you're trying to read out loud. Like,
no.
I can just keep interrupting you.
Goodness gracious.
All right. We're not on the same page right now.
Okay. Lady said, do you breed or have snow morphs? I've been on the hunt for a female. No, I had a male snow morph, and that a pet store decided to sell at its prime age. Very old. It was a big male. And I was super happy. It looked super healthy, and it was old. Didn't figure that out till I got home, but hey, it lived the rest of its life happy. I loved queso. I hope to have more of those one day, though.
All right. Then the next thing on the list is plants. We would like to be known as one of the major plant providers out there. We are especially that when it comes to shrimp, but when it's plants, we're more known for just our moss. But I would like a plethora of different plant options to house on the website. We have gone through and set up way more tanks in the garage, a lot of them with deep substrates, so that way we can do plants. Just the weather right now and how busy we are, we're going to set up and finish Jaden's room before we start tackling and ordering from nurseries. We don't really want to do too much buying and reselling. We want to get, a good portion for us to get started with, and then grow it out in better conditions, so that way it meets our standards when it gets to you guys.
Welcome in, Aqua Gardens Inn and Night Owl Aquatics. Snoop said, first time checking out the site in a bit. Updated, it's looking good. Thank you so much. Been working on it slowly but surely. That's what I'm spending like my Fridays when I have time, because sometimes we're doing like tasks like building that rack and then other things around the house. So it's slowly, anytime I'm kind of like got downtime, I try to open up and redo some part of it and trying to fix all the little mistakes here and there. So thank you. I appreciate that.
We've also been enjoying the holidays a little bit. All three of the ones that we celebrate, and then my birthday as well in December. So,
Misfit Reptiles and Aquatics, welcome in. So I enjoy a lot of glass guardian products, that being one of them. Yeah, they're really good.
The salts are the best bang for your buck in the game. So it was a no-brainer for us to bring those on.
Thank you so much, Kelly Foreman, for the $9.99 super chat. And I look forward to buying TGOE plants. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It will be a fun project. I do not know how far we are going to take it quite yet. We have a 32-foot by 30-foot greenhouse in the backyard that we don't use. The hoops are in place. The doors, everything is set up. We would just need to run maybe a fresh couple of boards, but then I don't think we're going to do plastic. We're just going to stick with some screen to keep out the dragonfly larvae, and we could set up quite the operation out there. All right. Now, the garage.
What?
We got 3 minutes left until the Crypt Keeper segment. So the garage is the next thing I want to tackle on the list. Right now it's a little chaotic, but I would like to get it to a point where we could open it up, walk through it, easily do water changes, and keep all of our cichlids and warm water species out in the garage. And then, a lot of the plants and stuff like that will be going in there. There is some work to be done, insulating the walls and some stuff like that. But after, we get some stuff done outside, I think we'll be all right to get that done come springtime.
Oh, hold on. I gotta talk about this before. So J Dubs Aquatics said more YouTube video content for 2023. Your videos are very educational. So that is number one thing we've been discussing. I can't believe we didn't talk about that first. Most of our videos will be just purely educational. Very few of the tour videos are going to happen this year just because no one seems to like our event videos. So I might do where it's going to be educational on specific species of the bull shows or specific fish that are at the show. So instead of the show itself anymore.
We're gonna tie them into the end of other videos and add them on rather than making them the focus of some of our videos. So it'll be bonus content.
You know what? I'm really upset. I only have 2 minutes. I didn't make the video. You got to put that on the list for me as make a video for Crypt Keeper.
Wow.
I know.
You messed up so badly.
I don't have membership videos. I don't have that. I'm just
sorry.
fail. I'm so sorry. Oh, we're going to have to get better. Sorry. Did you write it down for me? Because I won't remember.
Yeah. You're going to have to do a rat with different crypts in it and stuff like that. You're really going to have to go over the top now, Shelby.
Aaron Water Buddy says, is it worth getting some colored shrimp from multiple people to get different genes in the original line?
So, yes and no, because if you're going for a variety of different kinds of tiger shrimp, then maybe. But if you're going for the higher grade, the better lines, spending more money on higher quality is better than getting multiple sources. So rather than spending money on that shipping for multiple different orders, I'd rather spend all that money on one solid line, getting good genetics. Most of the best shrimp in the world are just not genetically diverse at all. They are, inbred quite a bit. So I wouldn't worry about that too much. All right, it's time. The moment you've all been waiting for. We've got Crypt Keeper Aquatics. How's it going, Tim?
Hey, how you doing?
We're doing all right. So it is that moment where we've got the shrimp question of the week. Hit me with it, Crypt.
So you said Taiwan bees are a mutation of a crystal bee. Would we be able to use a Taiwan bee to make a red fancy tiger then, or is that just not possible to kind of get it to mutate after the hybrid?
So without genetic testing, I don't know 100% for sure if it is a mutation from crystal shrimp or not. So it is just our best guess. There's a couple of people, I believe Chris Lukop had mentioned that he thinks it is for or from tiger shrimp because under microscope and through several different selections of different specimens, none of the bee shrimp have blue genetic or pigments at all, where the Taiwan bees do. So he thinks that there is some kind of tiger pigment in there somehow. So whether it's a bee crossed with a black tiger or blue tiger and then a genetic mutation or what. However, on the other spectrum, we have Vin, who is a huge shrimp breeder in Taiwan, who's got a line of pure black line crystal shrimp that where the white pigment shows blue spotting and coloration. So it is two legends in the hobby, and one of them's got to be wrong. You know what I mean? They both can't be right in this situation. So, I without genetic testing, I have no idea who's right and who's wrong. But if you ask the majority of the breeders, or looking up and doing my own research back in the day, I was convinced that it was a mutation. The blue bolt came from a golden bee mutation, and then when you cross the blue bolt with a crystal shrimp, then you got some Michelins. But then after that, the Michelins spread together. You get your result as a normal Michelin would, and you get your black King Kongs, your red King Kongs, and more blue bolts. So I'm not 100% positive if it's just blue bee or bee Taiwan bee genes, or if there's tiger in there. So you can't safely say you're making legitimate fancy tigers without knowing the genetics of where they first came from. And sadly, it's one of those secrets. It's not really known in the hobby what exactly happened. So we might never find out until we get genetic DNA testing.
Oh,
The
okay.
other thing is true, legitimate, fancy tigers shouldn't have any Taiwan bee genes. So that's why one of the past crosses that I suggested you do is your crystal shrimp crossed with tiger shrimp to make your own fancy tigers. Because if I have it in 10 generations, then there's going to be a bunch of backlash like, oh, you didn't really do it. But if you do it and other people do it and they're all 10, 12 generations in and no Taiwan bee or Tai bees are popping up, then you know it was people cheated just for, to try and make profit and didn't want other people to mimic their success by taking shortcuts like they did. So without DNA testing, we won't really know until more people try to breed them out like I am.
Okay, gotcha.
I hope that answered your question. Maybe you have more questions?
Yeah, no, that absolutely answered it. The only other follow-up I might have is, are there any organizations working on genetic testing right now with the ornamental shrimp?
So none that I know of. I think genetic testing right now is really expensive. Dr. Anthony kind of mentioned something, and then I was like, yeah, but like, how much is it? Because you would have to genetic test not just one shrimp, but you would need to test the crystal shrimp, all the possible tiger shrimp that could be in that mutation as well. You know what I mean? So there's.
Right.
It's not just, oh, hey, it's going to cost $500 to test the shrimp. It's going to be that times 10, 12, maybe more different types of shrimp to figure out. So until somebody has the budget, I'm not sure if I know anybody that is. I've also kind of like removed myself from the European and Asian scene. I don't want to like see what they're working on and like what kind of crosses they're coming up with, because if I do that, then I'll know like, oh, this one project is just going to end up doing that or something. I just want to do my own thing, and maybe I'll come up with something different that they're not working on or something like that. So I'm not really familiar with what other people are doing right now. It's kind of on purpose.
Gotcha. Cool. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem, man. Hope you're having a good new year, and we'll see you next week.
Absolutely am. Yep. See you guys next week. Thanks.
Later, man.
Later.
And for those that have not checked out Crypt Keeper's channel, go over there. He's got a lot of more fun, shrimpy content as well. He does a lot of battle versus on the foods. So I will love to see him using this mineral junkie and compare it to one of the other foods. I don't think it's going to get like a general reaction like other foods do. You should compare it to like another food that's good like over a long period of time, or maybe both.
Guppy B says, I saw Crypt Keeper unboxing video from TGOE. You can get better deal on breather bags. That side is expensive.
So I'm sure I can, but what kind of breather bags are you using? Because I will not use the long life popper bags.
No, thank you.
We have sent out probably 1,000 bags this year, and only one bag popped. And we did kind of overdo the box. We shoved a little bit too many bags in the box, probably. Where the long life breather bags are what we used when we first started out in the hobby, and they had 3 issues before we even used the first 100 bags. And not only that, but we have over 130 different varieties of shrimp. We don't import. We had to buy them from people. I have gotten more empty bags from Long Life than I have any other bag. And then not only that, but I've had other people complain and seen the horror stories and posts, and it's just 9 out of 10 times it's a Long Life bag. So I'd rather spend the extra money, make sure the bags get there, especially with some of these shrimp. $1 extra on a bag, it's worth it. It's not even that much.
Welcome in, Dane and Liquid Rock Aquatic said, if you had a 1-gallon tank, would you put a few shrimp in there to breed with plants and no filter? Question mark.
If I had a 1-gallon tank, I would put shrimp in there, but I would not expect them to breed very much. If they did, I'd be happy, but I'd be kind of surprised. No filter. You're going to need to do some water changes on the tank, regularly once a week. Do 50% water swap. I'm not sure what kind of light, what kind of plants and stuff you're going to put in there and stuff like that, but you might be fighting some algae issues, but shrimp will definitely help.
Welcome in, George. Kelly said, I fully support this goal to become plant providers. Thank you.
All right, and then this brings us back to Jaden's room. I don't know if that's something I had already fully covered, but the other thing we want to do in his room is a rack for 16 10-gallon tanks. Finish the rack for the 36-gallon tanks. I mentioned that, but I also want to get his bearded dragon in there and maybe even get him on his own breeding project. So goal is get Jaden breeding or not breeding, but doing full maintenance care on his bearded dragon and knowing the whole ins and out of herpetology basically before he gets into breeding. But
welcome in, Mark Sturluson and Liquid Rock said, did you do the giveaway on the birthday shrimp contest?
Nobody has gotten it right yet, so I can't give it away. However, I haven't placed the shrimp order yet. So there's a possibility that there's a right answer in there if I don't get the shrimp before.
There's not a right answer. I've already looked.
No, there's a right answer in there.
Yeah.
Possibly
Maybe.
if I don't get the shrimp before Chris Biggs gets here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's
Yes.
shrimp.
Mark has some shrimp for me.
Okay,
Yes.
that's what I get. Okay.
You've seen it now.
Yes.
Now you know. She knows. All right.
Welcome in, Kim, and said Happy New Year. That came out so weird.
Happy New Year. She's new.
New Year.
I got a new clone. The last one broke. I overworked it. This one's still being tuned and tweaked just a wee bit to get everything
Stop.
back.
Then
But
there's going to be a
almost
conspiracy
running
about
back
me
to
being fake or something.
almost back to being 100%.
So I wonder when the next aqua shell is. I think everyone is wondering when the next
Who I
aqua shell is.
wonder who I do. When's
Scotty
the next aqua shell?
So did I miss the announcement of Shelby's new Killy stream?
Oh
No.
no. Let's catch up the chat before we talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
We are we're not caught up at all. We're 11 minutes behind. You know what's better than the 20 minutes? Jamie said, Grant, I might have to cull my whole black rose colony as they all started to breed brown and red onyx. Could I get them to breed black again?
Yes, absolutely.
Is it a write-off? Yeah.
No,
Sorry.
you absolutely can, but like again, the onyx are if they're full red, they're not onyx. But if they're brown, red, and black and they're onyx, those are worth more and more impressive than the black rose. So but if the genes are there once, you can bring them back.
Welcome in, Sniffin' Poots. Said, can you mix different colors of rice fish like you would the guppies to come up with your own color combinations?
Yeah, I think you can. We were talking to Lucas Bretz about this. I think that's where there's like a red spot on the head is like across from two different strains or something like that. I'm not a rice fish expert, but there's definitely work to be done on rice fish, and I think you could do that. Maybe something I'll talk about next week with Lucas.
Welcome in, First Class Fish.
It's been a good week, though.
Welcome
good
in,
start.
Scruffy City Aquatics. For you. Welcome in, Zen Ginger. Thank you for coming in and hit that like button. See, WB says, "Oh man, I'm a long life fan." Absolutely not. Those things are.
Yeah, no, they're not worth it when you put anything like a $40 bag together. I'd rather just ship. That's why we use poly bags over those.
Aww.
They don't pop.
Welcome in, Nate the Shrimp Nut says, hello, Grant and Shelby. Sorry, missed last couple of live streams. It's been a sad shrimpy time. Was forced to drop from 9 tanks down to 3.
I'm sorry to hear that, man.
That's so sad.
Hopefully, we're looking at a better year for you this year. Maybe things can change.
Aqua Gardens in says, while I'm sitting here with my bearded dragon.
Maybe you can do some shrimp tubs come spring and summertime.
You're supposed to be talking while I'm reading.
I don't know what else to talk about. Everything else on my list is like all
Welcome in, Gina's
taken
Reef.
care of, except for 2 things, and they're 2 major things. And I think we should catch up on chat so we could talk with chat about these 2 major things that are about to happen.
Gina said, I had a freshie customer come in today and told them about you guys. Maybe they will. I thought freshie meant like a new customer. Freshwater. Maybe they will order moss and shrimp from you guys soon. That is amazing. Thank you so much, Gina.
And Gina, I'm sorry I never messaged you back on Facebook, but you're
terrible.
messaging me on like trying to take care of my macroalgae, and it's not like I'm gonna do anything different for the tank. It's I'm taking care of the shrimp. The shrimp are breeding. I don't want to tweak or touch anything, especially since the yellow Upa are in there. So I will not be doing anything until we set up the next 2 tanks. But the Flower Horn is in a 48-gallon, which was supposed to be a saltwater tank. Has the right light, just needs a protein skimmer, and that's all set up. I want to make that a macroalgae and upside down jellyfish tank for Shelby. And then we have the 90-gallon, which we'll be doing a bunch of frags. And I'm going to get my Mandarin Goby after I fully litter the tank with pods.
Welcome in Kenny from Danikin Aquatics. And Scuba Steve. How dare you be late when I'm wearing your shirt?
I finally washed it so she could wear it. No, she probably washed it.
I don't know. There's so much lately. I wonder how many people pop into our stream and you just see my face like right up at the screen. I'm so sorry. You're like, man, she's blind. Oh.
All right.
Crypt Keeper says, will you be doing moss mounts at any point in the future? Would be a cool add on the site, keeps it nice and tidy in the tank. So cool thing is, my dad got a 3D printer for Christmas, and I was like, what? You could print us some ledges. I couldn't believe he's already been making things too. And he's like, I already made you something. I'm like, what? And he's like, you'll never guess. And he knows me too well that I might not be able to guess it. He's gonna pick something that I can't even like deduct because, like I said, I'm good at figuring things out. But my dad, he knows.
So there is a high chance that something else will come off the 3D printer line before moss ledges will come because
Did you already ask?
but I absolutely hate, and I wasn't gonna start talking about that on Christmas. I was gonna wait till next time I come over. But I absolutely hate the moss ledges and stuff like that.
Sorry, pardon me.
Every time I take moss and I try to attach it to something, hair algae grows before the moss takes off. And then you never win the battle against the hair algae without like taking apart the contraption. And it's just you raise it against the light and stuff like that. I would like to make some really cool like 3D printed TGOE shrimp hides. So it'd have our logo in it, but still plenty of room for the shrimp to like crawl around inside the logo and stuff like that.
It should only be the logo. Should be the only gap for them to crawl in. Be a box.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what my vision was. So there's going to be a couple other ones, I'm sure, but I know that the Seachem hides and stuff like that. I was thinking about keeping those on the website. However, they break so easy. I'm worried about shipping them. So we would have to figure out a real bulletproof way to ship those that would be cost efficient.
Sorry, I wasn't reading chat. I was getting my water. But anyway,
How rude.
Take a second to shout out our Pasco Club. It's a thank you Christmas gift that all the volunteers and people that help out with the club. It says "Tanks a Million" and it's got our club logo on it. It is so nice, and it's got this little belt attachment like thing for the lid. It's really cool. I am so happy about it. But Dee Dee said, does shipping seem to be good for the next week for ordering?
Yeah. Everything is good to go starting tomorrow. We'll be shipping out 20 plus boxes out tomorrow. And then from here on out, I don't know when the next holiday is, but I imagine the holiday rush is behind us as well.
How do you know not what holiday is next when it's already in the stores? These Valentine's Day gifts are already in the stores.
I feel like there's something else that's just not holiday.
I think it's like Martin Luther King Day's coming up or something.
That might.
I think it's, yeah.
That might take a Monday off school or something before Valentine's
Guppy
Day.
B said, have you tried those cordon bags?
Yeah, but where do you find the cordon bags? I haven't seen those available in years. I would love some cordon bags, but the APKG bags seem to be the only ones I can find that are worth it. But if you got a source, please, by all means, drop them in by email, thegardenofeater@gmail.com.
You mean mine?
Our email is what I meant to say, Shelby.
Dee Dee said, I was gifted a t-shirt that says Crazy Shrimp Lady. Spot on. That's cool. I love it.
I'm happy I didn't get that gift though.
You should though. You always talk about them crazy cat ladies. You're definitely a crazy.
We're walking at the park the other day, and I for sure know that there was a crazy cat lady in the house backed onto the park because it just smelled like cats.
Man, I hope we don't watch football, but I feel really bad. There was a football player that like died at the field today, and but they brought him back and was in critical condition. So hopefully he pulls through.
That's good news that he came back. That's crazy.
Yeah. Crypt said, "Well, allow me to get more guppies if the shrimp stay hidden." Not a bad idea. Oh, thanks, Craig.
So I'm not getting any hides now. That means Crypt keeps not sending any to you anyway. It means you're getting guppies and get those out of here.
Let's just say this on the live stream, so maybe someone's watching. If you do plan on buying shrimp from our website, please do not put them in fish tanks and then contact us a month later that all of your shrimp are missing. If you put them in a fish tank, most likely they will be eaten or will not breed or hide from you. So do not expect them to be super happy to be put into a fish tank. It's like putting us into a shark tank and expecting us not to try to hide. And a very small shark tank at that. So it's just happening a little too often, and people think that they can have it. It can happen, but don't expect the best outcome. Expect the worst and hope for the best.
The other thing is you should be aware, it's in our description, all of the shrimp we sell are around 1 centimeter in size. They're smaller juveniles. They last longer in shipping conditions. They adapt and adjust your water parameters. And in the long game, it gives the customer the best chance of having the highest possible rate of success with breeding, keeping, everything like that. So if you are going to keep them with fish, even nano fish, the small, tiny CPDs or something like that, get a breeder box. Walmart has like really cheap mesh ones that go inside the tank. You can raise the shrimp up to full size in that breeder box, take it out, and then do that at nighttime. So that way, with the lights turned off, that way the fish don't think they're food, and then they can kind of go on the defensive when the lights do come on in the morning. Back to you, Sheldon.
Aaron says moss tunnels, use crochet mats. Moss tunnels would be pretty cool too. That'd be cool. So Guppy B says, you into heat sealer or not in rubber band style? I'm all about the bags tonight. I preferably would never use a heat sealer. I have seen, we used to have this guy at the club. It was really cool. You could get all the air out, and he would heat seal them, vacuum seal the bags. But there was just too many times where it leaked, and never saw that guy again. I don't think he ships anymore. He's the discus guy.
It's Joe Gargis.
No, that wasn't Joe.
It's Joe Gargis.
It was not Joe.
It's Joe Gargis. He has his own style of breather bags. Yeah, it's Joe Gargis.
I just never would.
But no, we tie, rubber band, and then off on the way they go. I'm not saying maybe in the future we won't try heat sealer bags, but like use them as rubber bands. Or not rubber bands, water balloons, and compare them before we actually try it. But I want to heat seal bags for plants, so not for the fish.
Yeah, plants would make sense. Nothing with water in it to me. You still have, that's such a thin layer. Like if it was thicker, maybe.
But the bottom is just heat sealed if you think about it.
You're right. But usually when it does pop, it is the bottom of it when it leaks. So
she's right.
And Guppy Beast did email him to us. You leave the crazy cat ladies alone, Grant.
No, they're the worst. They're the worst. Absolutely the biggest cause of the invasive problem that we have. I think Shelby brought it up on Ed's stream about how anti-cat I am. I absolutely love, spayed, neutered cat that, still has all of its claws. I don't want it declawed, but Shelby is allergic. So she goes up and first thing she does when we get to a house is grabs the cat. So that way, the whole rest of the night, she can be itchy and have a runny nose and teary, itchy eyes. She just loves it. I don't understand why. It's her go-to at any
Cats
house with
are
a
just
cat.
so wonderful. It was so funny because they kept asking me what's wrong. Because like 20 minutes later, I'm like, my eyes get super itchy. It's the weirdest thing. You want to like itch your eyeballs, and there's just like a little water. It kind of makes me look sad. And she's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." What? Just like over there crying. It's hilarious. I will always pick up a cat. I don't care what anyone says. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna be itchy. Don't care. It's not fair. You can't
But-
be an animal lover and then just be allergic to animals. It's annoying.
At that same house, we had set up a tank for Dante's grandma, and she had overfed the fish by, I don't know, when we got there was enough food in the tank for the fish for 2 weeks. There was so much fish food. Oh,
Nate said, on a good note, I was able to keep my mixed caradinas I got from you guys tank going. Wonderful.
very nice. Hopefully you got a nice plethora of selection to keep your eyes going on.
Mark says,
We
I
caught
have
up.
cherry shrimp in with endlers and blue-eye lemon plecos and have no shortage of any of them. Yeah, see, it always just depends, but there's people that just put them in and expect it to do great.
That's a great
Plecos are
mix.
usually not a problem. Sometimes the babies can get sucked up and you won't notice, but like endlers are usually small enough and at the top and don't bother. But I'm talking about some people are putting them in with bigger fish that are clearly out to kill. Like my Achilles fish, like my bigger ones, like my blue galaris, I would not expect any shrimp to survive in there. They are savages. But like my smaller Achilles, my clown Achilles and stuff, I could put shrimp in there. They're not as bad. They like top, feeding. If I was to put a shrimp at the top, they would probably suck it up. But you just got to be careful. There's just too many people that think we've suggested it and then they get upset that all their shrimp have been eaten. So just if anyone's here and is thinking of that.
How's it going, Ricky DeHoyas?
Yeah, Crypt says a couple years ago, my first shrimp went in with sword tails, all gone within an hour. I've had it with betta fish. Like some are good temperament, not a problem. And then I had a wild betta fish that snacked them all up, and it wasn't even eating them. It was playing with them. It killed them, left them there, and then would come back and pick at them like a cat would, play with its, toys. It's crazy. Aaron said, I will send Grant a picture of the moss tunnels. Yeah, we've seen them before. Welcome in, Ricky. Said, hey guys, I was trying to snail it, but kind of failing at it. And when you arrive an hour and a half late.
It's all good. Better late than never. 2 minutes until the big announcement.
Yep. Well, I'm already there.
Caught up. Nothing to say about any of these comments that are just down here.
No. The only one was Jamie says, yeah, I asked now what shrimp are going in with. I already refused some sales because of what they wanted to keep shrimp. I'd rather keep the shrimp than let someone have a bad experience. It gets a little overwhelming with how many orders we have. We could not be able to always check. Most of the time people know and they only put them in with their own specific ones, but you always get those ones once in a while. Welcome in, Chad. Said Galaris are beasts. They are. Mine are very crazy. I love mine. My favorite. I can literally one pair is super awesome. Like I could just go in, pick up the female. She don't care. She loves being picked up. It's hilarious. But anyways, we're
no Zen Ginger. Do not put Molly babies in with shrimp.
Oh,
come on.
Zen says, do not put Molly babies in with shrimp. Put fry in the Blue Dream tank and had to take out within weeks. Even the quarter-sized juvies have big enough mouths and like to hover over shrimplets. Yep. And I mean, fish are savages. They're not nice. They'll play with their food. I mean, they're mean. It's crazy. The only things I've seen that are actually generally peaceful are some of the endlers, but even my rasboras, I have my rummy nose rasboras. I had fed the tank this nice mineral junkie. I was getting pictures, And I just watched this rasbora just like peck one of the shrimp in the head. It couldn't eat it because it's too big, but it just pecked it right in the face. And I was just staring at the fish and I was like, you stop it. It was so funny. It looked like it looked at me like, no, I'm not going to. So yeah, fish are mean, whether they can eat it or not. They're bullies. Welcome in SC Catahulas.
All right.
Ready?
So, do you want to make the announcement?
No.
You're gonna make me do it?
Oh, I don't know if we're ready for that.
No, it's done. It's a new year. We're doing it. We're setting it in stone, locking it in.
All right.
Are you gonna announce it? Come on. No, you're gonna make me do it?
Yeah.
All right. So, starting Thursday. I'm sorry, I don't know exactly what time. This is why I wanted to be caught up in chat. So, like, somebody else, one of you 87 lovely people out there, can maybe fill me in on this information that I'm missing. But on Thursday, there has been a channel that has sadly stopped live streaming. I think they were every other week on Thursdays at 7:30 or 8:30. I can't remember exactly, but it's KG Tropicals. We were going to do the every other week that they didn't do. However, it just gets confusing. I'd rather do it every single week than we would do every other week. But here it is. It will be 60 minutes with Grant and Shelby. We are going to alternate as hosts. So one week it'll be Shelby. She will have her own guests. The following week will be myself. I will have my own guests. We will still be working as a pair. Just one of us will be off camera and just reading chat, pulling up questions, stuff like that. But we have, that whole segment where we're going to be pulling up hosts. We're going to hammer them with questions. Maybe some of you won't have, any idea who these people are. Maybe you will have a good idea, but we're going to try and dig a little deeper and do some research on these people before we bring them up, so we can, kind of offer something that other people don't do. At the same time, a lot of these people will be masters of their craft, and I want to find out the best information out of them possible to share with you guys.
Bunny Viper said, "How big do Neos get? Half inch?
An inch and a half outside in the sun. Some will only get a half inch. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if you were having blue dreams or blue diamonds, and the maximum size they got in your 10-gallon aquarium inside was only a half inch, and they were already having babies and, never really got much bigger than that. However, average is about an inch.
Oh, wrong one. Laura asked, what rock and substrate do you put in Opaula tank?
Crushed coral or argonite substrates. Those are the best.
So Matt says Kelly Foreman streams in that time now, and so does James.
I thought James just stopped live streaming altogether.
James also announced on his last live stream that he might not be doing. He hasn't decided exactly, but we haven't also decided exactly what time we're doing it. So
no. So
Scotty says already 2 big streams at that time frame.
Well, Scotty, you were all excited that we were going to take that time frame, so I was like, let's just do it. I hadn't really done any more research on it after that. So maybe there'll be another time slot. Maybe, Matt or Scotty, the two of you are probably on that calendar more than anybody else. So if you all have a recommended time slot for us to go on, it's also going to be one of those things where if people don't watch it live, I really don't care.
It's something for you to rewatch.
It'll be good enough for you to go back and rewatch it, even if we start posting it as like a podcast style thing. So,
Sage said, congrats. Bring the kids and interview them for NBC Kids News. That's a good idea one of these times. That'd be good.
and Matt is all upset that I don't look at the calendar. Matt, I don't have time for very much YouTube at all. So I click on your site and I view who's live when I have time, and that's very rare. So
welcome in, Sweet Shot.
I wish I could go through the whole calendar and pick the best time slot, but sadly, with our kids and work schedules, I gotta pick like the best time that's for us.
Right. George says, just as long as you're not streaming when I do my fishy dad jokes. Thank you, Crypt. Yeah, we just got to find the right time. We thought that it might work out, but if it doesn't, it doesn't. You know, we don't want to overlap people, especially when we know a lot of the people enjoy watching other people. We're not going to do that. And it's not something you have to watch live. It's just something we might start as live, so it's easier for us to get that video pushed out, get you guys to rewatch it, get to know those people, and a little bit more of what's going on with some of these people. Welcome in, Alan. Happy New Year.
How's it going, man?
Yes, we did make it.
So, I don't know. I thought that would bring up enough discussion, but we do have another big announcement tonight. What Dee Dee say?
Dee Dee says, it only takes a minute to check out the calendar at Fish Family. You'll be glad you did.
Listen, I was just going based off of what Scotty said, and then I heard that somebody else canceled their stream. So
thank you, George.
I thought that would be perfect timing, opportunity presented itself. Maybe I was wrong. I'm sorry for jumping the gun and not doing further research. But I also ran out of time. Today was a much busier day than we had expected. So we pretty much slept a good amount of yesterday since we were up to like 3 o'clock the night before, going through and setting off a few fireworks with the kids and just hanging out at a friend's house. But we spent like the whole day at the park with the kids, and then a long day today. I just didn't have time. We did get a nice list together, though, of goals for the year. I was happy with that.
Alan said, I'm so psyched I have a buried raccoon shrimp. First time ever. So glad to hear. Finally.
You sent me a picture today. I forgot to tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dee Dee said that 8-minute time slot didn't stay empty.
I mean, realistically, when you guys think about it, almost every single day is taken up. I know a lot of you who are, commenting in chat is going over other people's streams too. So just remember that when you're casting stones. But
when we first picked Monday, there was nobody else going around this time slot either. So, and now there's other people.
I mean, there's always, it's, 1 week you might want to watch us, you might watch someone else, and someone else goes like in the middle of our stream, and it's whatever you prefer and whatever you need at the time. Some of you might have shrimp and fish and need fish help. Some of you might need shrimp help the next week. It's one of those things. You try your best not to, go over people, but we don't expect anyone to watch us live. You can rewatch the videos at any time and enjoy them then. That's why we're trying to do the 60 minutes, so it's only an hour live stream. It's not going to go for 2 hours. It's only going to be specific questions and right down to the nitty gritty, not really chat time, and just a video about that person.
And we were trying to pick out a time slot where Shelby, the kids were still in bed or, taking care of what they got to do before bed at 7:30 would have been all right still. And then, we'd still have time that we could do other stuff after night. Because Fridays, Shelby has day off, so we can get other videos and stuff done within that 1 hour too. We were doing a episode every Wednesday at 10 o'clock. It was just too late in the night. We picked that time slot because of somebody else. It wasn't really the best time slot for us.
Thank you, Nate. Enjoy the comment. But Richard says, do you have a use for a 54-gallon corner aquarium? Please send me the dimensions, because that might, if it's like one of those, there might possibly be a good.
It could go on the bottom of the next stand.
No, I'd be so happy. I'd be so happy.
She actually tried to put the flower horn tank there, and I was like, really? And she's like, yeah, sure, why not? And I was like, I don't think it's gonna work, but I just didn't think this would be like with your comfortability. But back to being the overworked shrimp, Nate the shrimp nut. We were already doing another 2-hour live stream every week, and it was fun for us. We were going and talking with other people, so we were going to basically alternate and rotate through our friends in the hobby, and then just other people that we'd like to get to know a little bit better. So I don't think that's going to be seen as much work. The only work will be getting the area
Cover
set up
photo.
before.
Yeah.
Only work for me is getting the area kind of set up, so it's not that bad.
Aaron said, "Can I use lava rock gravel for the orange-eyed Nanashi Caradina tank?"
You can, but like 100%, you need something in there that's going to buffer the water. So it can be like a little bit in the front or something like that, but you still have to have some type of aqua soil to lower that water parameters down.
George says it's hard trying not to stream when someone else streams.
Yeah.
Yes, it is crazy right now. My raccoons have babies the other day. Yay! Crypt Keeper. Alan says, Shelby, I like this, Shelby. Shelby, your galaxies are doing great. I'm so excited. Are you getting a lot of like dark red babies? You getting bright red babies? Which ones you getting? I gotta know. All right. The shrimp addiction is real. Heard y'all say it's a good week for shipping. Checked my weather, then ordered more shrimp. Oh, amazing. Yep, it's been really good. Like the shrimp can go down to the 30s. So anytime it's in between that range, we
just be a little patient with us. We might not be getting packages out until Saturday. We are quite overbooked already because we have had like a week and a half of no shipping.
Scuba says shrimp addiction is real, and I blame Grant. I always thought they were cool, but never considered getting some. Yep, he will get you into them.
Well, that you don't blame me. Blame that scavenger hunt that sent you to me. It was destiny after the scavenger hunt. Yeah. I was just a part of the process.
And then Jamie asked, will it start this Thursday?
Yes, 100%. Commitment for the year. That is one of the goals. There's going to be some weeks where Monday's a holiday and we're not going to be able to do our normal stream. So maybe on a Thursday, instead of 60 minutes, we run our normal stream on Thursday, vice versa, something like that. So it would just, maybe it's not even Thursday. We got to figure it out. But follow along, pay attention. We'll try to make an announcement somewhere beforehand once we've got it all figured out. I had a bunch of messages. I was honestly thinking that some people were going to be making recommendations, but me and Shelby will figure something out. It's been a long day. Shelby took a nap and with an extra 20 minutes.
Yes, I had to.
Her goal, when I asked her what her goals were, get more sleep. So
Always. Scarfy says, in the evenings, there aren't a lot of open spaces. We didn't want to have to change our time, but it just became necessary with work and family. Yeah. That's the thing. Like, I work, and there's only certain times we could do things. So
and Sunday is a family day. Saturday is a shipping day in the morning. So it's just Monday
days
is a shipping day, but it's already a wasted day. So we don't feel like doing anything else. Sitting on the couch, relaxing, talking to all you guys. This is how we wind down from a rough day. One more minute until the big news.
Shelby's week will be busy, but Grant's week may be slower. You said 1 more minute?
1 more minute. You can catch up. We got it.
Crypt says, I'm super excited. Hope I can selective breed for slightly red pigmented ones I have. Yep, that's a good idea. Richard did send you a picture of the tank. Ooh, super dark babies. Yes, exciting. Thank you, Crypt. Yeah, we came up with that like a few weeks ago.
It was your idea.
Yeah. Oh.
No, you. I was just like, wow, she had a good idea.
Eric, you're so cute.
Where did that come from?
You can have my stream spot, and we can merge our shows into a super show.
No, Eric, I need somebody.
You steal all this limelight.
No, I need somebody to hype me up at one of those slump periods. I see you come on, and I'm all like, all right, I'm going to walk around. I might even feed all the tanks without Shelby. You don't know, get
Cool.
something done.
See, maybe we can do it late night Thursday. So Thursday will be a great day. I don't work on Friday, so I can stay up late and listen to you. That's the idea of Thursday nights. Is I don't work Friday now, so it does help when I'm exhausted and I got to get up early in the morning. So I'm just thankful the kids don't have school tomorrow. Shelby has some good dad jokes. Yeah, I grew up. I listened to my dad a lot, so. My dad had the ultimate dad jokes. He still does it. And then Grant's got them good dad jokes now. It's
But
so
my dad
funny to
wasn't
watch
funny.
Layla. Your dad's watching. Right
He
now.
has his moments.
Scotty said Tuesday at 7. Friday has a few spots with only one stream. Saturday at 8. I heard that was already taken on someone else's comment. Or whenever you want, and people can pick up. Watch the replay.
Yeah, so our stream would be more like, oh no, I don't have anything to do on a Sunday afternoon today. I'm going to watch this podcast for an hour and just listen to it. You won't have to see us.
Welcome in, Kara. Oh goodness gracious. It says, hello, my adult son, stepson I raised, and daughter-in-law brought their first child into the world today. First grandbaby. Congratulations.
Very nice.
I can't wait for the day that I have grandchildren.
I can wait.
Yeah.
I can wait.
Obviously, we can wait. But I'm excited. I told him that I want to be like that grandmother that people come over to our house because, like, I have all fresh, veggies and fruits for the table at all times. He's got to make this come true. I got to have a big property,
Well, that's a good way to jump into the big announcement. What about a big property? Well, it has been apparent to a lot of you when we say, oh, we're going to add another 100 tanks. Everybody's like, well, where's it all going to go? Well, I have every intention of getting 100 tanks in this house. However, I know that we need to start planning for the future. I know that we have to eventually say goodbye to this beautiful thing we've created, a home, with all these tanks hugging us and surrounding us with warm lights and beautiful plants and awesome shrimp. But eventually we would like a property where the house is separated off. We have a warehouse. Ideally, we'd like a little office space with a loft above it, like a 3-bay door garage, metal building, all climate controlled, and on a concrete slab, of course, so we could put 500 aquariums in the new warehouse. The goal would be cycle all 500 aquariums, set them up, get them running for the fish and shrimp that we currently have. Then move, like we were shipping out all of the fish and shrimp that we have, pack them up, drive them over to the new location, unbox them, probably do only 100 tanks at a time. And then after all the shrimp were moved over and all the fish, then we'd move all of the tanks, like 100 at a time, and then fill them back up. And then in the new warehouse, we would immediately have 1,000 aquariums fully stocked within basically like a month and a half. However, I only ever want to do this one time. I don't want to move location to location. I want to find the perfect spot that we can grow our family. Shelby wants farmland to be this perfect, ideal grandma, and I want to give that to her.
I'm already looking old. Got to prepare here.
Shut the fuck up. That's bullshit. All right? I don't know why she thinks like she's 40 years old. There's cashiers that are age that look like they're 20, 30 years older than we are, Shelby. So I don't see that at all. And it's not going to be doable at our house. We have an 1,100 square foot house with 400 aquariums almost inside of it and 60 ponds outside. And I could easily max us out and be happy with it for the next 10 years. However, the opportunity has presented itself to maybe buy out another facility, another fish farm, or even a nursery. And starting February, we're going to be looking around, spending some time finding that dream property, and then moving forward from there. Goal is this is a 2-year goal. Within the next 2 years to find a property, relocate, and start this new venture. We didn't think it was going to come this soon. We thought searching would start in 2 years, but it was a really good year for us, and we got some good support. So the time has come. We've maxed out our living area, and we're not moving far. We're not going anywhere out of state, but I do need to make sure that the current laws in Texas are better than the laws in Florida the laws in Florida stay better than the laws in Texas before we move over there. But ideally, I'd like to stay within an hour of where we currently are. Just make sure that the whitelist law never goes into effect, and that will be a possibility. Shelby, you looking at the live streams?
Yeah.
So we had mentioned in Facebook that we would be moving, looking for new property, and we've been getting a lot of comments. So I just thought I'd just address it on live, tell everybody it's not necessarily going to be soon unless February comes, we get a great offer and the opportunity presents itself with our dream property. But till then, that is just a goal. It's good to set ambitious goals. Last year, we set them high. We didn't accomplish everything, but we had a lot of road bumps and things that didn't go our way. Last year wasn't a good year for us. Like the last 2 years, if we could erase those, I would definitely do it. We kind of buried our heads in work, distracted ourselves, and we set ourselves up better for this year. But it's going to be a lot of work to move on, but we're ready for it a little bit sooner than we thought.
Hopefully. Kelly said there are some people who get really offended if they stream at the same time as another channel. Ask me how I know. I'm assuming you stream during someone else's. So anyone that does get offended by something like that, honestly, the world is just too small to be upset about something like that when people are going to watch who they want to watch, and it's nothing personal at all when someone else is streaming over your time. It absolutely only has to do with their life and the convenience of their life. Like, I absolutely love watching everyone else's live streams, and I watch mostly replays because I am never going to remember when someone's live stream is. Never. I can barely remember my purse in the morning and not have to drive 10 minutes back from work because I forgot my keys to open the door. So if I don't see your live stream, it's mainly because I'm very forgetful.
And I have to reprogram the new clone to remember live streams every single time. So I
didn't even get the cover photo out till like halfway today. I was like, oops.
We
some
are
days
the
I'm prepared,
best.
but
we are the best at procrastinating. There's not enough hours in the day, not enough days in the week, not enough weeks in the year.
Exactly.
And
that should be a shirt.
We just do the best and manage it what we can. So, but we'll put some more thought into it before we do the live stream set in stone. So,
yeah,
like I said,
it might be moving.
That day.
We
were more announcing the 60 minutes with Grant and Shelby, the format, the style.
There is a late time we could go on and call, but I know we already do it late. Well, there is, if I can get off work early on Thursdays, there might be a possibility from 4 to 5 too. But that would be a whole different story, so. So Dee Dee says, move to North Carolina. There's plenty of nice large tracks. Yeah. If anything, we have to go south.
Puerto Rico.
Oh man.
About it.
Thank you. No raise, no benefits. I'm barely getting the plants. He's already complaining about that. TGO,
So
you
within a
fly from
budget,
Alaska.
There's no complaint.
Thank you, Spaghetti Nona. And it just jumped where to go. Says, hope you find in your dream property. Yep.
Didn't we ship a hat and a t-shirt to Alaska?
Mm-hmm.
We got supporters in Alaska. So anything else you'd like accomplished this year? I think that's enough to put on a list and try to get done. It's quite a bit. You'd have to accomplish.
Yes, FWC sucks. Yeah. I don't want to ever leave Florida. I don't know what he thinks he ain't getting me out of here. I will be at the border, like chained to the Florida side. That's how serious I am about not leaving Florida.
I mean, it is also possible
Not
that
happening.
we just set up a breeding facility in Texas and we have to make several trips every year to Texas. But like,
Matt says you two need Android and the Fish Fam Leak app for live stream reminders. So like it doesn't work. I have it and it does not work. Maybe I don't have it right, but we do have Android. So Eric said, "Where did it go?" 60 minutes. I love a good pun. Yeah, that's all I'm about. I used to I worked at 7-Eleven and it was kind of boring because it was too easy for me. So I came up with jokes all the time, especially the serious customers that I see every single day. You cannot believe how many people go into the gas station every single day at the same exact time every single day. And I would always come up with a joke because they just look like they were having the worst day possible. And coming in the gas station is like the last thing they want to do every day. So I had to make a lot of puns all the time. My favorite was like a 6'4", 300-pound dude would always come in mad as can be. Like there was a line. He was tapping his foot, but he always got this cherry flavored tobacco every single day. Or berry, sorry. And one day I was just like, I had to say something when I gave him his berry flavored tobacco. I was like, must have been very, very good for you to get this every day. And I've never seen someone laugh so fast in their life. Dr. Ann says, 60 minutes, what happened to 60 shrimplets?
Well, you see,
Yeah.
I plan on having these amazing guests such as yourself onto the stream, and they're not always going to be about shrimp. Some of them might be about discus. You never know.
Welcome in Fish and Shrimp by Rich. And Skipper, welcome in.
Hope you're feeling better.
That's a 2023. I'm going to see how many more people I can make despise me. Kelly
I can help you with that.
I really recommend against coming to Indiana. Don't do it.
Yeah, it's Florida.
I would
or
only
Texas
visit because
or
my
Puerto
family.
Rico. That is the only 3 options I could ever move to.
Yeah, my family's in Indiana, so I would only visit. That's it, and I don't even visit during the cold. My mom's like, "Come visit me, Christmas time. Maybe you can spend." I'm like, "Nope, sorry, no Christmas spirit there. I don't want to see snow. I experienced it. We're good."
If they whitelisted Caridina and Neocaridina shrimp in Hawaii, then yeah, I could go there. But that's it.
Look, we can set up a breeding facility in New York for Tim to take care of.
No, you can't keep them outside. I need the breeding ponds outside, right?
And the taxes are terrible. We think ours are bad. Oh man, the first time I had to buy something for someone asked, I don't remember who it was. If it was New Jersey or New York, but someone made me go and buy them cigarettes or something, and I was like, they handed me a $20 bill. I'm like, that's a lot. It was more than $20 for like a pack. And I was like, what is this? It was terrible. I don't remember what event that was. So I was like, don't
Missouri,
make me do that.
The guy, or no.
No, it was New York or New Jersey or something like that. It's terrible.
How's it going, Harley?
Guppy B says, what do you call a fish with no eyes? Sorry. Oh, hello, PNW Custom, Harley. I've been there. I am all good, Grant. Thank you.
Glad to hear,
Yeah.
man.
That shirt, it is really comfy. It really is, honestly. And I am one for comfort. I have to have a shirt that's comfortable. Yeah, snow is overrated. It really is. I like that post. My favorite post is I enjoy snow from my phone in
My
Florida.
Facebook wall.
That's it. No, thank you. It's terrible.
I'd enjoy it for like 30 minutes, and then I want to be back at Florida temperatures in the swamp.
Like, I would love to go to Colorado for, like, you know, to go skiing or do something while it's snowing, not just sit inside and look at the snow while it falls. Like, that's just not for me. So, welcome in, Big Doc. Says, so having a lot of tank in the house is bad for people? No.
No. Some people might think it, but they just need a little convincing.
Kelly says, I hate everything about winter. It's all terrible. Yes. Yeah, it is snowing in Colorado right now. No, thank you.
Well, I think it's going to be it, guys.
No, we can go for another 2 hours.
No,
Let's go.
we need to go
I'm
to
just
bed.
kidding. I'm
We've
so
got a lot
exhausted.
of orders that need to go out tomorrow, and you've got work. So I want to thank everybody for watching and hanging out with us tonight. Happy New Year, everyone, and good luck with your goals. And don't procrastinate. Get started on it early.
Yep. Thank you all for watching and the super chats and all the supporters. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Crypt Keeper,
Did
just
you say
another
what?
60 minutes, please. You'll have to wait. We'll get it to you before the end of the week.
Thank you so much.
Have a good night, everyone.